in pretty good. This base has something in Parshas Tisava. The Kahana were required to wear basically the Big Kahuna before they go to do work in the base of Mikdash. As the pasuk says, "Asisa es Big Day Kaidish la'Aaron Achicha v'Lechlai V'Sferes." So this was integral to their work, and obviously today we don't have the physical base of Mikdash, so this doesn't really exist anymore in the physical sense, but we still have a spiritual understanding of what's going on here. The Me'il had basically had bells on the fringes, and the simple understanding of this is that everybody would have to hear the Kohen Gadol as he went in to do the Avodah. Basically, that's the simple way of understanding the idea, but as this usually does, and always does, there's one insight, is that the Kohen Gadol was actually a shliach, that he represented all of Bnei Yisrael when he went in to do the Avodah. So, which means that whenever he goes into the base of Mikdash, to do the Kodesh, and to do the work, basically all of Bnei Yisrael goes with him. Which is kind of a counterintuitive concept. We usually think of one messenger sending out many shluchim, but here basically it's a whole body of people sending one individual into shluchim. So now the fringes, the shule of the Me'il, they are those who are distant from Hashem. They represent those who are distant from Hashem. What have you, consequences of Dallas. So the idea is that, whenever, this group of Bnei Yisrael, whenever they would decide, to teshuva and throw out the klipa, and basically leave behind the horrible ruchnis, the conditions that they're in, they don't do so in the way of calmness. That's not the way teshuva works. It's not like, see, the way you chas v'shalom, somebody runs away from Hashem, is to do it slowly usually, a little bit, ruach shus here or there, But when you go back to Hashem, you go rushing back to Hashem. It's not, it's noticeable. You can see when somebody is doing teshuva in a very obvious way usually. So when they do this not in the way of calmness, but they do it in the way of being awakened to Kedusha, awakening to what they really are, breaking through Klipa, and they do what the unified cry is what the bells on the Me'il are supposed to represent. The bells that are on the Me'il are supposed to represent basically like the ringing of Bnei Yisrael's cry as they do Teshuvah. It's the idea in a Rash Gadol, out of an excitement. This is similar to the way somebody is taken out of any type of perilous condition. They do it with overwhelming strength because they realize they have das, they realize what's happening. Spiritually, in the spiritual sense. So it basically represents the cry of the Yid and the Shuli HaMe'il as they flee from the Ra that's in their lives. Now, how does this relate to the generation of Darakon Shalachrain? Basically, this last generation has the specific task of basically putting these bells on the Me'il. Putting these bells on that is the Avodah pretty much. When you can sum it up, that's the Avodah of this generation. It's about decorating the Me'il with these bells and the fringes. It's about to bring back Bnei Yisrael to the Father in Shemayim is the basic idea. And with a zeal, with zrizas, not just in a calm way. So it was once described to me that a friend once told me pretty good mashal actually. He said that you look at the human body. You can get the human body to jolt. You can jolt the human body in many ways. I could take you can take a knife and stab somebody in the hand. That will make the whole body jump. It will. It'll do it. Don't try to jump. Or what you can do, there's another way you can get the body to move. You can tickle the feet. There's no pain there. It's the way of Mediyah. You tickle the feet, the whole body moves, the whole body jumps, and it's happy, it's laughing, it's singing, it's besimcha. See, the bottom of the human body, that represents the last generation. It's this ability. It's the ability to tap in to do teshuvah in the way of, not in the way of God sees Mitzrayim, where we know that in Market Fleisha, some of Israel didn't make it out. That's not the way the school is. This school is a way of pleasantness. That's the way it's way of simcha. That's what the Chassidus is supposed to bring to us. So that's the idea here, is that you're supposed to wake up. You're supposed to realize that you just do things. You're supposed to ring the bells. You're supposed to realize that, this house needs a mezuzah. I put a mezuzah. This just needs tefillin. I put tefillin on him. Just like a father. If a father Chas v'shalom has a child, there's something wrong with him, something deficient maybe, Chas v'shalom, the father would give extra care and extra attention to the child. You have to look at Bnei Yisrael in the same way. If you see, he doesn't put on tefillin, he doesn't have a hand, he doesn't have an arm. You gotta give him an arm. You have to treat him with extra care and respect. If he doesn't go to shul, he doesn't have any feet. He doesn't learn Chassidus. There's something missing in his heart. You see, when you see a yid who's deficient, you have to treat him like that child, and you have to act immediately. And that's the idea. Is that the bells, there's actually pomegranates and bells, by the way, on the bottom of this meal. And the pomegranates are more silent. It's like a higher avodah. And the bells, it's like this louder avodah, and it's actually a lower madrega. But it's this lower madrega davka. It's this lower madrega davka that's going to bring gula. It's this lowest madrega that's going to bring gula, and allow us to merit to hear the voice of the shofar. Real strength, no. His tips in our days, take it, Amen.